Hi everyone, well today we're going to review a bottled and bond bourbon that has long eluded me in the state of New Jersey and for that matter anywhere. We're going to review Early Times Bottled and Bond. I have never seen this bottle in New Jersey and as far as I know anywhere. And finally the other day I saw this on literally the bottom shelf in a Total Wine in North New Jersey. And since I've never seen it before, figured I'd grab two of them. $19. Can't get much cheaper than that for what should be a quality bottle of bourbon. This is from Sazerac Company. Now, I understand the debate. I have had a sample of this before, and I believe it was the Blue Cap. Blue Cap here, Sazerac. Brown Cap was when it was owned by Brown-Forman. So this is the Sazerac Company, also known as the Early Times Distilling Company. Non-age stated. It is, looks like a pretty sweet mash bill. 79% corn, 11% rye, 10% malted barley. Again, $19. So this was owned by Brown-Forman until 2020. In 2020, Sazerac purchased it from Brown-Forman. So from what I understand, when it was with Brown-Forman, this was a black cap, Sazerac blue cap. And I'm also noticing something else. Although I haven't had this bottle, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure, but I think this bottle may have been redone also, because the picture of the blue, I haven't seen it in person, but the picture of this blue bottle looked a little different in the picture. So this looks almost more like a Jack Daniels type, Jack Daniels Old No. 7 type bottle. But in any event, I think I had a sample of it. Again, it was the blue cap, so I really don't have a comparison with the black cap. I'm just happy to have this. So without further ado, it's a screw top. Let's pour it up and see what we got. Okay, so we have this poured up. It is a screw top, so no need to show the removal of a screw top. Color is medium. On the nose, not a very, I wouldn't call this a overly sophisticated nose. I'm getting your typical, vanilla caramel. Dare I say a shade of ethanol, but nothing crazy. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Well, certainly good. Definitely sweet. Not too sweet, but definitely kind of what I was expecting. Again, I did have a sample of it. I find it's always, sometimes it's different when I end up, having this straight from a bottle. But definitely sweet, corn forward, vanilla. I am getting a hint of rice spice. It's only 11% rye in here, but nevertheless, I am getting that. Yeah, I mean, this is a pleasant drinking bourbon. I don't think this is anything that I would say. It's like, I guess, for me, what I was going to say is I don't think there's anything great. I think it's good. This has been very hyped to me because I've just heard so much about Early Times Bottled and Bond being a really good budget bourbon. And so far, I'm not saying that's not the case, but I also don't want to expect more from it than maybe it is. Now, the other thing is I have had, and they have this all over the place in New Jersey, Early Times, the regular Early Times, 80 proof, bottom shelf. It's like a yellow or orange, kind of an orange label. That is all over the place, and I have had a sample of that. And I thought for 80 proof, I thought it was rather pleasant. I didn't think it was anything crazy. Also very inexpensive. But this, nowhere. So I guess out of memory, this is a little higher proof version of that. So I think this is good. It's a nice, tasty drinker. I got this for $19. I'm very happy about that. Compared to other bourbons, now this is being Sazerac. Of course, I go to the benchmark, thinking of stuff in comparable areas. Which is better or not. I'd like to compare those. The other thing I want to note is this is one of two bottled and bonds that has eluded me in New Jersey. The other one, since we're speaking of benchmark, is the benchmark bonded. I have had every other benchmark in New Jersey, but that has not shown up anywhere. Didn't see it in Florida. I would be curious if I do see it anywhere. I definitely would pick that up, put it against something like this, since technically, both are owned by Sazerac. We'll compare this against others. So bottom line is, I got two. They're $19. Can't get much, cheaper than that. I'd like to compare this against other bottled and bonds. Of course, I have the Evan Williams down there. That'll definitely be one to compare it to, probably similar age. Again, bottled and bond, we know it's not age stated, but we know it's at least 4 years. So, am I disappointed? No, only because I guess in my head I'm just expecting, maybe I'm just expecting more than it should be. But for what it is, this is very tasty. And I'm just happy I got it. I don't regret getting two. And we'll see as this opens up. I have a feeling this will make a nice cocktail. And it's a nice, tasty, easy sipping bourbon. For $19, got two of them And on as fast as I got it with a gift card from my beautiful wife Yvette. So we got two of them here. And I'm not sorry I did. If I could ever get my hands on a black cap or something like that, I would love the comparison. I've heard basically that I guess maybe the majority of people think the black cap was better when Brown Forman owned it. So I think this is good, not great. Definitely good for the money. Definitely happy I got it. We'll do more reviews and comparisons as we go along. Cheers.